want to tell me what you're up to?
Taking off that window there, and it's so exciting.
Yeah, finally getting around to resealing the windows. It's only taken, what, 2.5 years? Since,
You've been on the boat longer than 2.5 years.
yeah, but the first 6 months was alright.
I don't think it was ever all right, actually.
really badly done. So, finally got around to getting some glue to glue them in. It's a semi-permanent fix in that we'll actually replace all the acrylic one soon-ish, but it's just driving us insane with the leaking and the squeaking and the everything else. So for €100 worth of glue, it's going to do a proper job of it instead of the hack job that was done of it. And yeah,
Hopefully.
it'll make it a lot better.
So what are you going to do? Just unscrew them and pull them out on anchor?
Yeah. Start with that port forward one because that was the worst squeaky one, and then work our way around from there.
Come on, Daddy, let's do this.
I think someone's excited.
Using an MS, which is a modified silica, not a silicon. It's a new modified blended polymer, something or other, halfway between silicon and Sika. And its claim to fame is it's got huge amounts of elongation and is quite strong, but doesn't need any primers and things like that to stick. So it's sticky like your Sikas and urethanes, but it's really flexible like your silicons. So for windows it's good. And I actually built a little 8-meter trailer boat, sports boat in Australia, and the windows kept falling out with the Sikas and the silicons and every method of glue that you could find. And then this new MS stuff came out one day, and I glued it in with that and never ever had a problem with it again. And I just read the other night that there's a major marine window manufacturer in New Zealand that has moved to this as well and has never looked back. So it was like, yeah, that's the reassurance I need that I'm going to use the right thing again. So there's actually two versions of this as well. There's the extreme tack construction, which is supposedly really strong, but it's really thick and hard to come out of the gun, and it doesn't squeeze and ooze out very easy because it's really thick. But that's kind of nice too when you're doing really thick beads to make a really thick bed for it to sit on. So my packing up of the window, because you actually need quite a lot of thickness between the plastic window and your boat. Window, boat, gap, you need a lot of distance for it to move and stretch. It's really close together like this and it moves, say 10 mil. The shearing distance between them is really high, but if you have them further apart and you move it 10 mil, you've got more material there to deal with this movement. So it's really important to actually have a thick glue bond line, and because this stuff's so thick, it makes that very easy to achieve. So what I did was I actually glued and bonded it in with this one. The other good thing about this is it's all naturally UV stable, whereas your polyurethanes like your Sikas are not, and they degrade really fast with the UV. This one's naturally UV stable, but this one, the Nautico version, is good for the salt water environment. So this I'm doing all my perimeter gluing with, so bond the window in with this, and then go around and seal all the outside edges with this. That's what I'm gluing the windows in with.
I just like that you are dressed for winter and 12 degrees, and there's Harry.
Yeah, new pump board. We just made this yesterday.
Don't worry.
Right, let's do some pump boarding. Yeah.
If there's enough action going along, he
They
generates
don't
his
feel
own
the
heat.
cold. It's 12 degrees outside, and he's got his board shorts on. Oh, dude! Not bad though. Want to explain what you're doing?
Cleaning up my mess. Bit of glue coming out of the holes that I need to backfill. Just cutting it off flush. Or getting rid of it.
Because these, oh, you've taken them all out, but you had the screws in last night to hold it in place while the glue dried.
Yep.
Like the one behind you there. And now you're gonna take it all out. Fill in the holes. Did your glue work? It went off a bit quick yesterday in the sun.
Yeah, it's worked. It's not pretty on a couple of edges, but that's all right. It'll all get covered over in my edge gluing.
Oh, that's done. A little bit
But
of
yeah,
trouble.
it's skinned down this edge, so the bond doesn't actually look that great. And just a couple of little patches here, but that's life. The sun happened to be in this area, so you can see like these funny lines, the dark bits and the light bits. So the light bit, well, you can see the white where the glue isn't touching at all, and I'll backfill that when I edge fill, and that'll fill up with glue and bond. But where the slightly lighter silvery looking bits is where the glue had formed a skin, so it wasn't actually sticky anymore, so it didn't actually stick to the perspex. So I had to try and break it and mash it and get the soft gooey center to come out, and that's why we've got these funny looking lines. That's where I've broken it, and the skinned part is still not touched in some areas, but yeah, such is life. Bit of that action going on up here as well.
Happy with your windows?
Happier.
They don't squeak anymore.
They definitely don't squeak anymore.
They don't leak anymore.
The big plastic bits don't leak anymore.
Oh, yeah. Probably should mention that little
Yeah.
problem.
So we had some good rain, and it looks like where this hatch is sealed to this window, the seal is potentially a bit marginal. So might need to fix that. That was the intention, but generally speaking, the windows came out really well, considering what I was working with. So they're definitely much better than what they were. Quite impressed with the that MS sealant stuff. It's really easy to work with. Yeah, I haven't made the best job here, but the really cool thing about it is you can actually sand it and get, you can sand all these little dags down and finish it with like a 300 grit finish, and you end up with just like a sanded line. It's pretty cool. Except I haven't bothered doing that yet because I've got 10 million other jobs I need to do other than making my urethane or silicon joint thing look funky. But yeah, super happy with how this has come out. Be interesting to see how it looks in 3 years' time.
Yeah, and it's much better than this. I don't know. See there?
Yeah.
That's the original arrangement that we had, and then there's your new.
Yeah, that's the new one. All the screw holes are backfilled and plugged with the sealant as well. So yeah, it came out pretty nice. Definitely can't complain too much.
Things to watch out for?
Things to watch out for?
I'm thinking of the crack.
Oh yeah, so made quite a cock up on this side. So big crack in window from here to here. When I was I used the screws to hold it down. This one I did a little bit tight because I was doing it at 9 o'clock at night and couldn't see jack all. I screwed it down a little bit, and the crack started as being that long, and then the next day it was that long, and then I tried to drill stop it there, and then it shot off from there over to here, and you can see my drill stop. Ooh, and a bit of goober on the window here. My drill stop here, and then eventually it went all the way through, so I've got this crack in the window here, which is a major disappointment, but yeah, but I've managed to backfill this with the this MS sealant, and it seems to be working, so yeah, happy days so far. Can't complain too much, that at least it's semi-waterproof again, which is good.
Yeah. Well, do the next on your job list now.